Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event and personalized ads. Contact our marketing team at .com. Advertising with
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want
this to be a part. Caribbean women can power to take charge of your destiny and to take this time to reflect on who do you want to be after COVID-19? Who do you want to touch? Who do you want to inspire? Who do you want to motivate? Who motivates you? And how can you be your best self, not only for yourself, but for those around you? And how can we make others see the beauty of all of us here in the Caribbean and for other women across the world? So thank you for allowing me to take a moment to say hello. And hopefully sometime really soon in the near future, we can be together again. Have an awesome day. I am a posh girl.
A pleasant good morning, posh girls.
Sweet memories for the ladies.
Hey yo, Double M.
And Tara Smiley. Oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let we make a memory. Ooh, I can feel it in my heart. Hey, feel it in my soul. And I can feel when we're apart. Girl, I want you to know when I'm with you, you're all I need. You're taking over me, and I would never leave. When I'm with you, I don't ever feel like letting go.
We meet up again, so let we make a memory. Make a memory. They're looking for we two friends.
And I would never leave.
What's up, everyone? My name is Fiona Compton, and I am a Caribbean posh girl.
Letting go.
They'll be watching where we make a memory.
I am a posh girl.
Look on, we're coming. Look on, we're coming.
Good morning, Caribbean Posh. This is Yvette Thomas Henry, Regional Vice President and General Manager of Four Seasons Nevis, and I am proud to say that I am a Posh girl. It is so fantastic to have another opportunity to be a part of this wonderful moment where Caribbean women can get together to celebrate each other, to bond with each other, and to just simply recognize that we are valued, that we are strong, and that we offer so much to each other and to others. So, Janette, I congratulate you for moving forward with this, even though because of COVID-19 we can't be together, we can be together in spirit. And know that I'm here as a supporter and that I encourage each and every one of you to recognize your strength, to recognize your passion, to recognize your power, to take charge of your destiny, and to take this time to reflect on who do you want to be after COVID-19? Who do you want to touch? Who do you want to inspire? Who do you want to motivate? Who motivates you? And how can you be your best self, not only for yourself, but for those around you? And how can we make others see the beauty of all of us here in the Caribbean and for other women across the world? So thank you for allowing me to take a moment to say hello. Enjoy today, enjoy this moment, and hopefully sometime really soon in the near future, we can be together again. Have an awesome day. I am a Posh girl.
Come on!
At the beautiful alfresco villa right here in the British Virgin Islands. It's a Posh Girl Power Brunch virtual event. Thank you so much for joining. We're going live right now with the queen, my queen, Yvette Knowles-Shore of the Spice Island, Grenada. So grateful for her to take time out today to give us our first ever virtual keynote. Imagine that. This is what we're doing so that we can ensure that we're still connecting with each other despite these uncertainties that are going on in the world right now. But we as Caribbean sisters can still take time out to join through the World Wide Web and learn and grow and share positive energy together. Yvette Knowles-Shore, I can't say enough about her. She's an amazing, amazing woman. You know, Offshore Media Group, which she founded with her husband, and she is the face behind a number of big names that we celebrate, such as Beyonce, and the list goes on. Beyonce says it all. So without further ado, I want to get straight to Yvette Knowles-Shore, who's waiting to share some of her heart with you this morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the first Posh Girl virtual brunch. I want to say welcome to everybody. And I want to say congratulations. Congratulations for getting here. For most of us, this is the hardest and longest road we have traveled, the steepest hill we have climbed, the widest ocean we have swam, all while sheltering safely in place at our homes. We are tired, we are weary, a little bored, and we are not really living the way we have become accustomed to. If we are truthful, we are falling apart a little bit at a time in the midst of grief for many, sorrow for even more of us, tests upon tests of our mental capacity, incalculable losses for the world, and uncertainty for all of us. I call this the age of discomfort, and it is. And we are also sick and tired of the blatant, bold, despicable disregard for the lives of Black people in America. Whether you live here in America or on the continent in Africa or Europe or in our beloved Caribbean, whether you're Black, white, Indigenous, or other. We are all connected, and this has been a hard week. And still, you rose up to be here today. You got dressed up in your best posh girl outfits, and you showed up to be part of this community. On behalf of Janette, Brin, and all at Caribbean Posh Girl, it's mostly her family, thank you for being here. And Janette, thank you for giving me another opportunity to take up space and share stories and my ideas with like-hearted sisters. And maybe, somewhere in the room, there's a brother listening in. Hopefully, when you woke up this morning, you yelled out, "Thank you, God." Because over the last 75 or so days, we have all learned not to take that for granted. And we have learned that we must depend on each other. We have learned that if you pollute the air, I could get sick. If you get sick, your household could become ill. And we have all learned that what has happened in the world is happening to all of us. But above all, my greatest wish is that we have all learned that gratitude is a must. We have learned that to be grateful in a state of agony and uncertainty is the greatest display of faith and courage. And for those who live in the Caribbean, I urge you to practice gratitude every single day, now and after this season of illness and loss, because God blessed that region of the world. Of course, there were lives lost, and we mourn for every person who left way too soon. Be grateful for the prime ministers, the governors, and health ministers who convened in solidarity and were ahead of so many bigger countries in protecting the populations of that region. The thought of the devastation that could have ensued and so many more lives lost, while so many islands are still recovering from the aftermath of the hurricanes, without those measures in place, would have been unthinkable. Again, gratitude is a must. Before I continue, I'm going to ask you to just sit still. Still. Sit in your stillness. Sit in gratitude. Sit in prayers. Sit in your hope for your future and for the region of the Caribbean, Guyana, Suriname, and the other South American countries that are related culturally so close to us. Sit in your power. Sit in your strength. And sit in your resilience as Caribbean posh women. Throw away all the goals you had before the pandemic. Toss out all you thought you knew. Go deeper into your heart and accept the tasks of reimagining, reshaping, and rebuilding our world with more love, with more kindness, as one people. In 2019, I visited Guyana for the first time. It was an invitation I could not refuse from a brilliant young woman named Abigail. It was an opportunity to speak at a women's conference she organized called We Lead the Caribbean. Abigail is a young mom, a daughter, and has a full career, yet she organized a full conference, very much the same way as Janette Brin. It was a conference where she had to convince sponsors and she had to book a venue all on her own. She believed that our world changes when we empower our sisters, when they dream beyond what is possible and dare to kick down doors in what could be described as no behavior. It was a celebration of the ability of women to step out of gender expected roles and create their own businesses. Some were the first in their families to ever do so. Some had to get out of very bad relationships to do so and reclaim their freedom. Whatever their stories and whatever their journeys, they found a way to believe in themselves, in their possibilities, and in their purpose. They brought their entire selves into that space, fully present to learn from the stories of other women, like we're doing today, to share their own and shift the narrative for Guyana. Stories that helped all of us in that room step a little higher at the end of the conference. So much potential, so much lessons learned, and then 6 months later, we paused. The world paused. As I prepared my remarks for today, up until 4 a.m., I could not help but to go back to that beautiful time in Guyana before the world paused, when I decided to take up space with all that I am. So, in spite of what we are all going through, I decided to enter and take up space today the same way. This morning, I am here fully, my entire being, all that I am. Black, Caribbean, Grenadian, a posh girl. My sensitivity, my kindness, my strength and my weaknesses, my confidence and my fears, all here on display. And my hopes for the Caribbean with women at the head. I decided to bring it all here as authentically as I possibly could. When I enter a room as impressive as this one, I love sharing what gives me a bit of a push every day. It's one of my favorite poems from Malawian poet Upile Chisala. It is the same one I shared in Guyana. It has become the music in my ears, the bars that play right after fear and just before you build up your confidence to take a seat at the table. My darling, you are the color of the earth you inherited wholly. Let no one silence the glory in your bones. Let no one make you doubt that you are indeed important. We are all important with our own narratives, and we were created to live a purposeful life. We have to believe that when we take up space, we change attitudes and environments. We change corporations, governments, and we lead our communities. I believe that women are the true leaders of our families and indeed our world. And in this time, I'm confident in our ability to lead. 10 years ago, I wasn't so confident in my own abilities. I was complacent and just sort of existing. Had a great job, but I was not meeting my purpose. It was the spring of 2010, and after 17 years at a major record label, I simply walked away. Those who loved me thought I was going through a crisis. Deciding to leave a high salaried position with no plans was the most irresponsible and bravest decision I have ever made. And it led me to my purpose. Owning my own business meant I could lead the way I wanted to, with love and inclusiveness. I could hire people who were the best at what they did, but were never given a chance. I could write the rules, break them, and rewrite them. Be as creative as possible, take risks, give back, and make careful decisions about what company and programs I wanted as partners. Priority for me was to align with organizations that valued women and girls, that included Caribbean women, that placed priority on education, breaking the cycle of poverty, and were willing to invest in projects that benefit Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. And I wanted to work with artists, not just because they made big hits, but that they possessed even bigger hearts. Becoming a business owner gave me freedom. It made me bold, but it was frightening in the beginning. And the learning curve was enormous and insurmountable at times. It is the same feeling that covered me the first 2 weeks of the stay at home orders when I felt a sense of doom. I left the biggest label where I had the corner office and a staff. I left some big clients, John Legend and Beyonce among them. By now, you know I've gotten Beyonce back as a client. But there was something pushing me, like a calling. It said, don't be afraid of the challenge. Whenever life gets difficult and it seems like the intensity has been turned up, that means we are closer to victory. So I left, took a chance on me and a chance to learn more and to give more. Wonderful, brilliant, beautiful, posh girls, posh women. This is your chance in this time to take the biggest bet on yourself and on the Caribbean. It is time to put your plans in place for what you want your life to be post-pandemic. What does the Caribbean look like to you post-COVID-19? And where do you fit in? What will be your contribution to this new world in the middle of the chaos as we transition and then after? I've heard many people say, I just want to get back to my normal life. Sorry, my love, that is gone. You have to define a different normal. For me, I always thought that normal was a fraud. It was filled with disparities that needed to be fixed. It lacked opportunities for far too many. It paid women less than men for the same abilities and the same work. And sadly, it tolerated gender-based violence and the patriarchy rules for too long in many of our islands. The so-called normal world also pushed individuality over community, selfies over group shots, and me over us. It pushed nationalism over CARICOM, designed to promote economic integration within the island members, and my island over our Caribbean. You came into this space defining yourself as a particular nationality, waving a particular flag, whether it's Guyana, BVI, Trinidad. And trust me, there is nothing wrong with loving your island. Show me a Grenadian who doesn't love Grenada. We start every sentence longing for home. And no one flies the flag with the red, yellow, green, and that beautiful nutmeg higher than I do. But I want us today to also imagine that we can love our islands and learn to wave an additional flag, a Caribbean flag. We need to imagine this new place as one Caribbean. How do we become one Caribbean in business and philosophy? And what is the role of women in fostering Caribbean connectivity post-pandemic? In my role as a music publicist, I have been asked many questions about the state of music artists in the face of in the loss of live performances, carnival, and even video production. The loss of income has been devastating for so many who make their living giving us reasons to jump and wave, dream of one love, and claim our destiny. What is next for those who have given up? What is next for those who actually gave us so much joy? What do they do in the meantime? While I am pretty sure that I don't have all the answers, I am driven to say that artists must remain creative. They have been given special gifts from the Almighty. and they have to keep going. They have been the mouthpiece to our woes and our grievances and our joy and our happiness. They've helped to infuse our tourism economy right along with the white sand and the turquoise water. They have united opposing political parties, as Bob Marley did all those years ago. I would encourage them to keep writing, composing songs, using their phone recording devices to record their ideas. And I know that doesn't bring the money in right away, but they have to keep going so that they can reinvent and reimagine their gifts. The best songs are written in times of strife. Love songs are needed in times of hate and darkness. Who will write them? Who will write the next Turn Your Lights Down Low? Could there be another Night Nurse? Who will sing the praises of Caribbean posh women like She's Royal? But we all know that people have to survive, and it's urgent. How do you do that when your economic stream has dried up? I truly believe that necessity is the mother of invention. If it is not there, we build it. If there is a need, we meet it. Look at what is essential now. They will be essential post-pandemic. Get your business plans written to serve basic needs: food, clothing, utilities, communication systems. When I was growing up in Grenada, I used to like wearing my dresses from overseas. I used to say, this is the one. The rest of the clothes in my wardrobe, though, it was a kind of early couture, designed freehand by ladies in the villages, connected to their black Singer sewing machines bent in a sort of prayer-like fashion, their heads tied with colorful scarves, head ties. They made everything from wedding dresses to school uniforms. Most had no formal training. They figured it out. There was a demand in the village, and they supplied it. My friend Kristen Frazier, the designer and founder of Truffle Designs in the BVI, turned to making masks in this pandemic. She used the same gorgeous prints that her swimwear and resort wear line is known for, and has met an urgent need. I think she should keep the masks to her line, as I believe they will stay with us as something essential for quite some time. I also believe it's an urgent time to return to the soil, to eat from the earth, to build our gardens and get a share of the organic markets that have become so lucrative around the world. Let's face it, for a while, we were adapting eating habits of some large countries that our bodies should never have been fed. Consuming processed foods and fillers while living on islands with rich vegetation seems counterproductive. Relying on important goods should be the exception, not the rule. Let me say that again. Relying on imported products, imported goods should be the exception, not the rule. The region is rich with products that Caribbean citizens who live elsewhere, like me, crave and pay huge sums of money to obtain. Who is starting the next business that ships products direct to consumers? Who is writing that business plan? And what roles will women play? I believe that Caribbean women will lead us into the new One Caribbean as CEOs, executives, and business owners. Many have lost jobs, substantial wages gone, and now bank accounts dwindling with every passing day. Many who were lucky enough to keep their jobs and work from home have proven that they could work alone, that they are self-starters, able to conduct business, become a teacher overnight, and continue to run a household? Why not take all those skills, some newly formed ones, to open a family business? What are the skills you have acquired when your back was against the wall, when you were worried about the world, when you were worried about the Caribbean? How do you plan to take these skills into a thriving business to make life better for you, your family, all those you love, while building the region? The pandemic has shown us the jobs that are truly essential and the needs that remain important: food security, water, health services, and even cleaning supplies. This is the time to develop natural products from medicinal plants that grow on the islands. Who is going to dream of having a moringa plant in Barbados, one in Dominica, and another in St. Thomas, shipping to Whole Foods around the US? Sea moss, turmeric, ginger, all the plants found in the Caribbean that have been touted by everyone to add to our healing. This may be the time to start thinking of creating a cleaning service, as the need to sanitize schools, office buildings, banks, libraries, galleries, medical centers, bus depots, and all public spaces escalate. This would be a constant to keep surfaces clean while simultaneously preparing to combat the spread of any new viruses. We have seen that the jobs that don't seem glamorous are the most essential. That's not going to change. It's not going to change in the new world. There needs to be a shift in our thinking, in our priorities, and in our focus to rebuild a sustainable Caribbean. I believe in women, and I believe in the power of Caribbean women in particular. I believe in our ability to build a mountain out of a molehill, as my grandmother would say. I'm not a betting woman, but if I had to bet my money, it would be on the high school graduates in the Caribbean, who I am certain are rethinking their course of study when they enter college and universities this fall, whether in person or online, at home or abroad. They had close to 80 days to work on shifting their focus, on rethinking. This is the generation that could save us all. The young women, the young POSH women in these graduating classes completed studies with one computer in their homes during a world crisis. They completed studies with no physical contact with their friends, and they learned quickly the meaning of a word they never used often: essential. I am hoping that among these young Caribbean sisters, we are going to be celebrating future organic farmers, doctors, chefs, nurses, teachers, food suppliers, business owners, manufacturers, along with techies, engineers, communication experts, program developers, artists, and scientists. I am praying that this season, with all its devastation and setbacks, has also served to inspire young Caribbean women, POSH girls, to go beyond what is expected of them, to kick gender bias out boldly and loudly, to embrace inclusion, to feel comfortable sitting in the role as leaders, and to find the richness and beauty on the islands that have embraced and nourished them. And not just the island that you call home, but all of them, from Cuba to St. Vincent, Guadeloupe to Virgin Gorda, St. Croix to St. Martin, Puerto Rico to Haiti, Bahamas to St. Vincent, and Martinique to Anguilla. And finally, I am excited to see women lead a rejuvenated revolution with ideas and processes that lead to one Caribbean, a nod to the past, a radical invitation to the future, where our first dependence is on ourselves and the richness of the islands, embracing what is essential to our sustainability, in creating models that tap into the strength of each island to rebuild, to reshape, and to reimagine our beautiful Caribbean. One Caribbean. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much, all you beautiful posh women. Thank you, Janette, Brin. And go make some loud noises for your future and that of one Caribbean, because well-behaved women rarely make history. One love. Have an incredible posh day. Thank you so much.
Lips International. What was that?
All right. Check. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much for that lovely address this morning, reminding us how important and beautiful our Caribbean is, right? So welcome everyone to Caribbean Posh Brunch. And let's start off like this, right?
Oh, yeah. Virgin Islands, nice.
I'm from the Virgin Islands. That's where I represent today. Let's go.
I'm so proud to be from the VI.
If you're from the Caribbean,
like the Africans,
get up and start dancing.
St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry. Nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet St. Thomas, nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so
the entire Caribbean is beautiful. Let's go, Jamaica, stand up.
I grew up in a place
all right.
Jamaica, Spanish Town rocking, over prison, over. I grew up in a place called Ensom City, Spanish Town grooving, everybody nice.
Spanish Town, me born, that's where me come from. From me looking at my face, you see a De La Vegan. Well, I say come on,
good morning.
Creation, strictly roots and culture, play for nice station. Yo, yeah, me let you know you, them not the money promoter. We are doing this to the dance done, I'm ready. Spain Town original. I'm a neighbor's drink cut over Spanish Town hospital. To me mama name, Nana Spanish Town original. I'm a papa name, Chronicle Spanish Town original. I'm a granny name, Peggy Spanish Town original. Them call her sticker cause she don't normal. For your grandson, Chronic catch a field marshal. If I dance at school, we are the principal. And now we are the real microphone officials. Give them a new style. No spurling in a me goodies, I'm well physical. Well, I'm a free propagandist microphone official. Me read me Bible every day, as I'm well biblical. I meditate in the morning, some well spiritual. I said original chronics representing from prison over. Live and direct, hear me now. I grew up in a place called La Vega.
The Caribbean is beautiful.
So
if you're looking for me in a reggae party, me there in the corner. Me have a drink in me left and me right, and have a spliff of marijuana. And when the bassline jumping on the rhythm, I feel wind up and a dance. You know so wine to the rhythm and later you know what you mean after. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I can only live my life one way. All I wanna do every day is
Smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae. I call her on the phone, tell her I'm coming up some bread. I got some weed and a bottle of booze. All I wanna do is smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae. Yeah. No,
Let me talk to my queens. To my ladies, right?
Until I see your eyes, still I had to try. Yeah. Oh yes, let me get my words right and then approach you. Woman, I'll treat you like a man is supposed to. You'll never have to cry. No, I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen.
Yes, queens. Today is our day. Let's seize it.
Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I need her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind until the night that I see her rise. The way you make me feel from deep down in my soul.
This is good sweet reggae music on this Saturday morning.
Girl, I can't fight this feeling. Feels so right. Champagne and candlelight. The way you hold me tight. Girl, I can't fight this feeling. Oh no.
Woman, you're nice. Smile on your face is like you're right from the night. Girl, me can't wait to give you everything you like. Hope you from the day you Christmas sight. I guarantee that you'll be satisfied. Don't be afraid to break the rules. And to better things, so tell the little man to cool. I'm the lucky star, I can't believe I found the tool. And them all ask what you want to do. So make them know say that they have the tool.
The way you make me feel from deep down in my soul, I'm losing all control. Girl, I can't find this feeling.
Hey, na na na. Ta-da-da-da-da. Reggae music again. Ta-da-da-da-da. Oh, na na na. Yeah. It's been a long, long time.
Happy Saturday, ladies. Happy Saturday.
We groove together like this. A different vibe is in the air. Reggae music again. Happiness on every face. Peace and love for every race. Smile and greet with real friends over and over again. Boy, it's been a long, 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 long time. We know have no vibe like this. Reggae music again. Whoa, reggae music again. Boy, and it's been so long. We don't listen to some old time reggae song. Play the music again. Yes, make we unite again.
Welcome to Caribbean Brunch. Posh Caribbean Brunch.
Oh, baby. Talk about love. Talk about trust. Talk about forever, baby. Talk about us. I give you my word. Stick to my guns. Believe it when I see it, baby. It's just me, girl. You don't understand, oh girl, the full intent of my plan. But baby, I wanna be.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I'll be back later. Enjoy the rest of Posh Caribbean Brunch. Thank you.
I wanna stay. That's good.
Hello, Posh girls! It's your girl, Janette Brin for Caribbean Posh, and I'm here live in this beautiful place, the British Virgin Islands, in this beautiful villa, alfresco villa, overlooking Long Bay. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I wish you were here. I wish soon and very soon. But right now, I'm doing it big as I can anyway. I got my good friend over here, Jabari from Tropics, serving it up with the cocktails. You know how the brunch be. You know how we be. Yes, so we're trying to, push through that same energy that we would have had if we were able to be together. So I hope you're at home with your cocktails, dancing it up, just having a good time, celebrating you, celebrating us, celebrating we, Caribbean sisters, Caribbean women. We're all Caribbean Posh. We help to define Caribbean Posh, most definitely. Much thank you to Yvette Knowles-Shore for that wonderful, inspiring keynote, our first virtual keynote. We're doing a lot of unconventional things. Gosh, but it's great. It's so great. I hope you're having a good time. So we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be back. We'll pause the live after this commercial break and be back at 1 p.m. So take this moment to top up your cocktails, get your brunch eats. We have a whole day in store for you of much more inspirational and educational talks from women across the Caribbean. We're coming together on the internet. Hey, how about that? POSHgirl Power Brunch virtual event.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
It is a beautiful day here on Scrub Island in the British Virgin Islands. I'm Naomi Cowan, your host for this year's Caribbean POSHgirl Power Brunch. Now for 2019, our focus is collaboration versus competition. We have a host of beautiful, powerful, and strong keynote speakers and presenters to share a bit more about their journey. I'm excited. Let's go inside.
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, but go on with it.
Yo, easy. Are you kidding me?
To us, yeah. So we are coming in with a force, yeah. Blessings we are reap and we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast for the friends that take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we poured that only set the road and me go on with the road.
You did it!
I did Oh my gosh.
The team.
Awesome team. This was definitely collaboration versus competition. Caribbean women coming together to just shine bright. I love it. It was just awesome. I feel so good.
I know, I can imagine how you feel. And, you know, you spoke about the fact that this is something that you hope to not only bring to other Caribbean islands, but hope to bring more people to the BVI as a tourism product, as a retreat, as something that women can look forward to. Why do you think there's a need for
She no want no 9 to 5. She walk like she the hottest time of life, yeah. And all she have to do is just show up. Take a pic, watch the Instagram blow up. Don't know Drastic represent for Posh Caribbean. Big up all my Caribbean queen them. Why are women important to me? Well, first and foremost, before, you know the saying go, behind every great man is a great woman. So a good example of that is me and my wife Brass, thebrassangel.com. And my mom. Yeah, I had a good example growing up, a good foundation set by my mom and my dad, right? And so it was easy for me to pick out and find the qualities in a woman that I was looking for. So, you know, women are gems, as I like to say, and diamonds in the rough and these type of things. And who run the world, guys? Definitely make sure y'all log on to my website. This is drastic.com. Share some love, a lot of music. Check out the pictures, check out everything, learn more about me, and check out my new single on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Show Up, featuring Wyclef John and Noah Power. So often, Caribbean Posh Girls, big up yourself, Drastic representatives.
Hello, my Caribbean Posh ladies. I hope you all are ready for brunch, because I am. My name is Janisha John. I'm former Miss US Virgin Islands. Currently, I'm a TV host and producer in Los Angeles for the Zeus Network. I am also, I don't know if some of you remember, the first host for the Caribbean Posh Brunch. Now, let me tell you, that was an experience like no other. One that is so special and I will hold on to for the rest of my life. So first and foremost, I want to send some love, some congratulations, and just appreciation to Janette, Brin, and the rest of the Caribbean Posh team for always being a prime example of what it takes to be a Caribbean woman, one that is resilient, one that is just strong, innovative, creative, and will find ways to make things happen once there's a will. And you ladies have done it this year, so congratulations for continuously providing a space where we're able to celebrate each other, even if we're not physically in a room with each other. So thank you. I remember when I was called to host the first brunch. When I tell y'all, nerves, I was so nervous because not only was I in an interesting time in my personal life where, you know, it was sort of a transition period for myself where I was questioning my career. I wasn't sure that, you know, I had anything to bring to the table to offer the women in the room, you know, and these ladies were talented, they were brilliant, they were so accomplished. And so, you know, walking into the room, I had nerves, my stomach was in knots, but I remember opening the door and just the love and the reception and the smiles and the beautiful faces that I was greeted with. And those nerves quickly turned to just appreciation. It turned to, you know, excitement and, you know, understanding that the mission was so much bigger than just me. It was about uplifting each other, celebrating each other, and just being in a room where we can learn and grow together. I also want to take this opportunity to shout out the women in my life, in my inner circle that continue to motivate me, to be there, to support me. You know, my mom, one of the most selfless women I know, Elizabeth Torres. My sisters, Janella John, businesswoman, former cop, and Jolisa, DJ Mojo, who's an entertainer extraordinaire herself. And so I'm so appreciative of them. I'm appreciative of my best friends, Trin, CEO, my love mom, Pat Martinez, just so many women that have come in my life and continue to inspire me and push me to be the best version of myself. So today, I want to remind you ladies to check in on your sisters. Check in on them. These are trying times. And we have to be there for each other, to support each other, to love on each other, to celebrate each other. Call your sister who has 2 kids and is juggling, you know, taking care of them at home while doing Zoom calls for work. Check in on your sister who is struggling to get her you know, her own business off the ground during these times. Check in on your sister who just may need someone to talk to. We are here for each other, and we are the best versions of ourselves when we support each other, when we love on each other, and when we celebrate each other. So let's take today, this moment, this opportunity to do just that. Love each other, celebrate each other, grow with each other, and just be the best versions of ourselves. Ladies, congratulations, you are here. Let's be present. Let's take this moment for what it is, and yeah, let's brunch.
One mix on the beat. Ransom got that sauce in it.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Hey there! Turn up the volume on your day with a cosmopolitan cocktail. First things first, pour a dash of Cointreau into your shaker. Invite vodka to the party, but not too much. Cranberry juice, and of course, fresh lime juice. Now add that ice, shake it till you can't shake it no more. Strain into a glass, top it off with a twist of orange peel, and voila! Perfect cocktail. Bravo! Do try this at home and enjoy responsibly. Cointreau, the art of the mix.
Hey, Posh Girls, just checking back in with you guys. Are you brunching? You have your cocktails? I didn't give you enough time? No, I'm back a little earlier than I said I was going to be. No worries. I needed to tell you guys something. Those of you who have attended a brunch, you know we do giveaways. Of course. So we have tons of giveaways, starting with a POSHgirl weekend bag. So the first person to answer this question, who was on the cover of the first ever Caribbean Posh magazine? Answer that question for me. And then I have a second question coming up a little later where I'll give away another bag. But the grand prize for the whole event, I'm looking for you brunch pictures. So I hope you guys, let me repeat this again. I hope you're brunching at home. Let me see your pictures with your cocktails, your mimosas. Shout out to Grey Goose and La Maca Prosecco. We're giving away a 3-night stay at Four Seasons Resort Nevis, courtesy of the Four Seasons Resort Nevis. Yes, so thank you so much to Yvette Thomas Henry, who was a general manager at that property and was actually one of our panelists for our first ever POSHgirl Power Brunch. Yes, that's Caribbean sisters connecting, collaborating, and making things happen. So yes, let me see your pics. So make sure you post, tag Caribbean Posh, make sure you're using the hashtags, hashtag POSHgirl Power Brunch, hashtag Caribbean Posh, hashtag brunch with us. And let's just have a good time at home, relaxing, brunching, and celebrating us as Caribbean women. This is Caribbean Posh, and this is the POSHgirl Power Brunch virtual weekend. We'll be back shortly.
Come on.